Well, good evening, everyone. I'll stand back here a wee bit because I've got that camera tuned in a wee bit too much. If I stand up close. Oh, welcome along to Returning at Home with me. And it's miserable wet evening, and it's a place to be in your workshop, and the heat on, and it's nice and warm. So I hope everybody had a great weekend, and they're not got any ailments. So I'll bring my trusty earworm in. There he is.
Hello, boys and girls.
And he can say hello, and then we'll say goodbye. I'll put,
Goodbye.
put him back in the background. Okay, guys. Well, with Christmas coming up and all that, there, I've been busy getting stuff ready for the first craft fair next Saturday, and I'm making a couple of wee trinket boxes. So what I have on the lathe here is a piece of beech, and it's basically a piece of spalted stuff. Now I rounded these blanks down about 2 months ago, and they've been sitting. I wanted to see if there was going to be any cracking in them or any defects, and I just brought them down to near enough the size. So that's 5 inches by 2 inches, and we're going to make a nice wee jewelry box out of it. Well, that's the plan, and then we'll make the lid out of an ore piece. And the piece I had for that was a wee bit. I just noticed two big cracks running through it. So I will get started with this, and Doug will tell me who's in, and we'll take it from there, guys.
All right. It is good to see everybody in today. Paul was talking about the weather there. It's wet and cold. Here, it's not cold at all. It's a little cloudy. We're getting some spots of sunshine here in northern Kentucky, but the rain has stopped. Hurricane Helene went through and created all kind of havoc, but we are high and dry, and everything is good here. All right, who's in tonight? At the top of the chat, we have Michael McEwen. He was first in a whole lot early, not just a wee bit early, Michael. You were a whole lot early. That's okay. Jennifer's Craft and Creations is in. Glad to have you with us, Jennifer. Roger Kent is here. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Hey, Todd, glad to see you today. Roger Kent, we said. Chris Charlton is in. Glad to have you, Chris. Work my way on down. Haley at Wooden Burl is in. Hello, Haley. Vinny Charlton. Hello, Vinny. Um, Leo at MG Woodworks. My chat just jumped. Where did it go? Holy cow. I don't know where it went, but I'll find it. There it is. There's MG. Glad to see you, MG. Gerard the French Turner is in. Glad to see you, Gerard. It's been a little while. Malcolm Douglas is here. Glad to see you, Malcolm. Um,
So just getting
Twisted
an
Pete of
initial shape on this.
Twisted
Right
Pete of the
up.
Trees is in. Glad to see you, Pete. Wivy Woodshed is in. I'll say it right in a minute. I said it wrong to myself for so long. I'm still trying to get Wivy Woodshed in my head. Mike Evans is here. Hello, Mike. Oh, jumped on me again. Stephen M. Glad to see you, Stephen. Dances with Aardvarks. Mike at Dances with Aardvarks. Glad to have you, Mike, as well. If I missed anybody, please let me know. The chat jumped around a couple of times, and I may well have missed somebody. But it is good to see everybody.
Welcome along, everyone. Right, just getting the initial shape on the bottom of this. I just want to take the top slightly in a wee bit.
I would, excuse me, I would echo what Paul said a while ago. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good day in your shops today. Gerard says the weather's getting cold. Wood
Mm.
stove is on for the first time yesterday. Robert Baltwood has joined us. Hello, Robert. We've not had any need for any heat yet. It's still rather warm here. We're close to 80 degrees today. I was just out a few moments ago. In fact, we went out about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and had a tree to plant. So my wife and I got out there and we planted a tree, and I'm a little hot and sticky right now, but that'll
Ooh.
change. That'll change in the basement where it's nice and cool right now. Can any of y'all hear a little chirping in the background?
Nope.
Okay. If nobody hears it, we're okay. If you do hear it, I can fix it. It's from my end. I know what it is, um, and I can fix it. But
That's all
mhm.
right.
Todd said he was up in the mountains of Colorado last week. They had multiple mornings where it was close to freezing. Michael says he has no chirping going on. Mike, Dancing with Aardvark, says only chirping in my head. I have that too once in a while, but there is a chirping sound in my background, and
So
as long as the mic's not picking it up.
I've just put a wee relief cut in there, so that when I take the food off, that will sort of sit off the table and
Yeah.
shadow line. You know. Okay, so that's that. We'll get this sanded up and finished, and then we'll turn it around and get the inside of it out, and then we'll move on to the lid and what all's involved in that. So I'll get the dust extraction on. So it's really cold and wet. It's been cold and wet all weekend here, and it hasn't stopped raining at all today. My garden is actually swimming. What it is?
Mm.
There. Oh,
All day Friday and Saturday, we had rain from the hurricane, and yes, my yard is kind of a little soggy too. The little spots of sunshine we've been having today have been a welcome relief. But we had lots and lots and lots of rain, but no damage, thank goodness. Not like some people did.
so it's that time of the year. Everybody should be busy in their workshops doing wee
Mm,
bits and pieces for Christmas.
absolutely.
It's only not far around the corner, and it creeps up on you when you're not expecting it.
Oh my, yes. Yeah, there was one year I didn't start turning snowmen until it was probably close to Thanksgiving before I started. And I like to never caught up. In fact, I didn't catch up. I sold every one of them that I made. Then the next year, I sold almost all of them, but I had them ready a little bit earlier. Year after that, they didn't sell.
Yeah, I
Go
found
figure.
that last year. I made a load of trees with I put lights into. You
Mm-hmm.
maybe seen the video of it I made a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and not one of them sold.
Oh
And
goodness.
previous year they all sold. It's just one of those things that you never know what's going to sell.
Right. Right.
You know.
Nigel
But
Harvey has joined us. Hi, Nigel, and thank you,
saying
by the
that,
way.
the trees and the snowman went well. And
Yeah,
so
generally, if you have trees and snowmen at Christmas time, November, December, you can sell those things pretty well.
yeah,
Thank you,
and
Jennifer.
also a few wee candle holders and stuff. They sort of
Mm-hmm.
it was sold well too. You know.
Yes. Haley, Michael, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
That's Doug's birthday, everyone.
Yeah, they're all saying happy birthday now. Todd, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, Karsten, Roger, Stephen, thanks, guys. This is a pretty big one. I've got to register for my Medicare and Social Security. Oh, the joy. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Andy.
Just putting some sand sealer on that.
Thank you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that pops when you start putting stuff on it. I tell you what, it looks great.
It's a nice piece of wood. Now, if
Uh
you had
huh.
seen it when it was laying out my back under the pile of stuff, you wouldn't have thought there was anything worth turning out of it.
I
Uh,
understand. Yeah.
I brought them all in and threw them through the bandsaw and then turned them to the round of where I could make something out of them. And majority of them they're okay, and some of them were far a bit far too gone for doing
Hmm.
anything with. There's too many cracks in them. Yeah, so we'll just get a wee taste. Yeah, there them started. A wee taste of Yorkshire grit already. A wee
There you
taste.
go. Robert said, "Happy birthday, 21 again, times three plus four." Well, no, times three plus two, I guess. Yep. Yes, Pete. Looking a whole lot older, feeling a lot older. Actually, not. Age is a number that they assign you. Um,
If you let it make you
yeah,
old, then you'll just sort
yeah.
of wither.
My, yeah, exactly.
You just
My
have to keep at
body,
it.
my body will tell me sometimes how old I am,
Oh yes,
but emotionally, mentally, um, it's no different. Nothing has changed over the years, really. Um, Pretty much the same person. I'm a little wiser, I hope, a little smarter about some things, but I still do some silly things once in a while.
everybody does that, Doug.
Oh yes, oh yes. And I think
Yes.
Gerard told me happy birthday. I don't know French, Gerard, so I'm sorry. I'm an ignorant American. I only know American. I don't even speak good English. Just plain old American. You're
So
only as old as what you feel like. Yes, and there are times, Gerard, when I feel like I'm about 90. Um, I tell you what, it's some days it's tough.
so just removing the excess of the Yorkshire grit. Find a clean space for the cloth to make sure you've got it all off before you put your finish on. And that seems to be okay. And just microcrystalline wax. That's all I use. And we'll turn the speed down, and this will probably we'll let that dry in, and we'll turn it around and start it on the inside while that dries. Because really, you meant to give that a few minutes to dry in and then buff it up. But as I said before, we don't have the luxury of taking time and stuff. Time flies on when you're having fun. So we'll turn it around and we'll do the inside. There we are. So we're turned around and just gonna tool rest it back in and just make sure that's nice and tight. Okay. So this was trued up 2 months ago, so I haven't touched them. So I need to face this again along the front.
Hmm.
Man, it's not too bad. I was expecting worse than that. Sometimes it will move a bit.
Matt Iverson has joined us. So has Fred Gilliver. I got to scroll back up to see what that was. Todd said he drove around 2,800 miles last week and his body is suffering from it. He needs lots of exercise this week to make up for it. But the fall colors in the mountains of Colorado are spectacular, he says. And yes, I have seen some recent pictures and the colors there are gorgeous. They were starting to get really nice in the Blue Ridge Mountains on this side of the country. And a little blowhard Helene came through, and I don't know if there are very many leaves left.
Just wanted to
Uh,
flatten that up there.
Mike said he used shoe polish on a piece today. He never knew till now that it was based on carnauba wax.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Mike.
yep.
Shoe polish is really one of the best polishes out there that we could use. Um, even of the embellishing waxes, you got some great colors in shoe polish that you don't have being produced by any of the wood people. Yeah, Pete reminds that there are some chemicals in shoe polish that most of those are solvents though that evaporate out relatively quickly. Um, I don't know that I have too much trouble using um, a shoe polish on a piece of wood. Uh,
Just moving that camera. I was in my way a wee bit. So
he Chris had said asked about kiwi black and Mike said no, poundland black and brown to make a bronze patina. That sounds like a great idea. Great idea. Mixing the two together. Mike said it smells like brie wax, and you can get high on that. Yeah, the solvents they use. I kind of thought they had quit using some of those solvents, but I guess not. Used to use some toluene. May pay to check the labels on some of those waxes. See what some of them are. Oh my goodness. Let's get out of that. Had a Windows update reminder. Don't want that to start now. It'd take an hour for it to take care of itself. Mike, was that on some of your dodecahedron stuff that you've been working on?
Just want to check that first. Yeah, undercut that wee bit at the rim. Well, there's still a good bit of timber on the bottom and the side. So just a wee, what would you call that? There's a name for it, but I don't know what it is. Just let you get in that wee bit below the rim, and then you can take the rest out with a gouge or whatever you fancy. Just move that out of the way again. Sorry, guys. Right. Just have a wee finger check to see how thick that side is. We're getting close to it. I'm just going to switch to my round nose scraper. Just to get me around this wee part. So we'll just lift the tool rest above center. And that should be all right.
All right. Just dropping in the link for my live tomorrow. That reminds me, Pete, thank you for the shout yesterday. You were correct. I am doing a live tomorrow. At least that's all intentions. We schedule these things, we plan them. You never know. Life can throw a hiccup in the works every once in a while, but
Just nipped my finger there. I had the scraper up on its end, getting a wee shears cut on it. I got a wee catch and my finger got caught in behind it.
Pinched you a little bit, huh?
It pinched me. Yes, it did.
Chris at Bailey Woodworks has joined us. Hello, Chris. Roy's the boy has joined us. Hello, Roy.
We will check our depths before we make a funnel.
That might be a good idea.
I need to fix my finger. I'm bleeding all over the place.
Don't do that.
It's only wee nick. There's only wee small things, but these wee ones, they're sort of bleed for ages. I'll get a bit of tape. I'm not running into the house for a plaster. I must bring my first aid kit out into the workshop.
You might want one in your shop, yes.
Yeah.
I
Well, it's
say
sitting in
that.
the house. It's sitting in the house, so it has. But a wee bit of masking tape will do the
Well,
same
sure.
job.
Yeah. A little bit of
Pre-
paper towel in there and some masking tape and
wee bit of
or
pressure
duct
on
tape.
it, it'll stop the bleeding.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could put a little drop of CA in there and that'd take care of it.
That would sting.
You might be surprised. The accelerator would for sure, but not necessarily the
That's,
glue.
that's a good job, Bar.
There you go.
Right. Where was I now? I was doing the depth. Ooh. Just to clean the bottom of that up, and that would be more or less there.
Good.
The tool rest must have jumped down when I got that wee catch there. It's better. It's above center now. It was just on center. Just stop and have a wee look to see what that's like. Yeah, there's a wee bridge just there where my thumb is. Just there. Fingers will tell you an awful lot about the inside of things.
Mm-hmm. They really will.
We feel around the bottom there. There's a couple of wee ridges there I need to take out. There's one just off center.
Roy had said he made a depth gauge similar to yours, but he used a knitting needle for the rod, and it runs a little smoother through the hole. Then Todd asked him if his not Todd, Nigel asked if his wife knows. Has she figured out that she's missing a knitting needle?
Just touching that wee bit up where I left off with the scraper, just to bring that in the same level. There was just a wee slight ridge. Still a wee bit.
Mike is asking, is that a homemade Allen key tool
No,
that you're using?
that's an actual bought tool.
I thought so.
That's a crown tool. You can actually buy that, and that's what it's like.
Got a square shaft instead of octagonal, so.
Yeah. I forget what you call it. Somebody else asked me in my club about that, and I told him, go to the weed shed. I seen one hanging up on the shelf. There was only one left. And he got it before anybody else did. So just wanted to, there's just a wee ridge between the two different cuts. Not a lot, just a wee slight blemish. That's all right. I probably could take a wee bit more out of that.
William Kinney has joined us. Hey, William. Good to see
Hi,
you.
William. Okay, let's see what that's like. I think that should be all right. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get that sounded up. And do 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 do. Yeah, that is a nice piece of wood. Nice piece of beech. There's an extra bit on it. There. DNA. My DNA on it.
Copper Owl Woodturning has joined us. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob. Do, do. Get the inside of this. Sand it up.
Oh, that's what it was scrolling back up through the chat. Roberts had said something that I meant to go back and ask about. He said they have roads closed around here due to floods. Robert, are you in Tennessee or North Carolina? I know both of those areas are dealing with trees and roads and whatnot.
Do, 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 do. Right.
All right, who'd I miss? I missed somebody.
Just need to touch up the recess for the lid here. I brought this top down a wee bit. So in doing that, I reduced the, the depth of the recess, but I have a good bit of timber there.
Roy asked what we're making today. It's a lidded bowl. Roy,
Or a wee jewelry box or trinket box, whatever
there
you
you
want to.
go. Trinket box, jewelry box. Lidded bowls can be used for so many things. Oh, in England. Okay, Robert. I thought you were, but the way you said about roads being closed, I thought, oh my goodness, he must be over here somewhere. But anyway, yeah, weather happens everywhere, and so you never know what it's going to do. And water is a powerful thing. Amazing what a little bit of water can do.
Yeah. Mm. It gets into places you don't want it.
Oh my goodness, yes, yes.
Get a wee bit on the lip and let it turn around, and then I can run it round as it falls. Yeah, that's nice. Like when something turns out to be better than that you thought, it's a bonus. You know,
Yes, it is.
I didn't hold much hope up for this, but it's turned out quite nice. A piece of timber.
Nigel said there's no stopping Mother Nature. You're exactly right, Nigel. Um, yeah, this hurricane came through. It
So,
hit Florida, and we expected some damage and whatnot there in Florida, and even into Georgia. Um, the storm hit down in the Gulf area, so it was going to have to hit either Georgia, Alabama, or Mississippi after it hit Florida, and it did. It caused some issues in Georgia, especially around the Atlanta area. Atlanta is one of the big cities here in the United States. Um, but it did its worst damage up in the mountains of North Carolina, of all places. Um, Tennessee, eastern Tennessee got hit pretty hard, especially the more mountainous areas. But then North Carolina, holy cow. In a mountain area, you wouldn't think there'd be water problems, but they had it. Roy, I live in Kentucky, in the northern part of Kentucky, up close to Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati is 30 minutes, 45 minutes north of me, 30 minutes, I guess, north of me. And then Lexington, Kentucky is almost 45 minutes south of me. So kind of gives you an idea when you look at the map. Yes, Mike. Mike said it was brutal. It was. It was large, a very large storm to begin with, and then just before it hit landfall, it went from a category 2 to a category 5 very, very quickly.
right, so that's the inside of that done. So we'll just take it off for now. We'll get
Looks
a
looks
piece of
beautiful.
a piece of timber to go with it. Uh, I it there's a nice figure on it, and
It does.
you know. Oh, right. So I had a piece of corresponding stuff, but I discovered a big crack in it, and I'm going to use it and see if I can get past it. I should be able to tell. I should be able to tell once I get into it a wee bit
hmm
uh, if it's going to be any good. If not, I'll go back to the original piece I was going to use. Okay.
Yes, Robert. Robert saying roads are normally closed in January and February, but it's early this year. No dredging and building on floodplains. Building on floodplains is an issue. Um, Connie and I were talking about an area of one of the towns we lived in when we lived in North Carolina that was a floodplain, and businesses were saying they had 3 and 4 feet of water in their business. And I'm thinking, why in the world are they putting businesses in that area? It's the lowest area around there. Bad news. Bad news. Mark Stratton has joined us. Hello, babes.
So just clearing that up to see if I can see any cracks anywhere. Yeah, it's really cracked really bad there. And it runs down the face of that.
Mm,
So unfortunately,
mm,
I'm not going to use that. It's just asking for trouble. It would break in half. Being a lid, it'll be too thin. But I have this or piece of wood. Let's see. Is that better? A piece. Yeah, there's a better piece there.
yeah, Malcolm said they build on the floodplains there in the UK too. It is crazy. It is. I looked at buying a house there in North Carolina, and the first thing the realtor said was, "You can buy the house, you can get insurance, but I want you to know up front you're going to have to get flood insurance, which is extremely expensive um, because it is in a floodplain." Yeah, Todd, you're exactly right. It's historic flooding there in North Carolina because you would think in the mountains there'd be plenty of places for the water to run off to. Problem is they've been having rain all summer, and so the rivers, the streams, creeks, rivers were all at the top of their banks already, and then this comes through and dumps some places as much as 11 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain.
Just clean the face of that up to see what it's like. This is another piece of the same log, but there doesn't seem to be. It's a wee bit pulky there, but on the face and the end grain, there doesn't seem to be any cracks. So, ooh, that's just right, the right size for this here. And we just creep up on it. We want it to. What are the chances of that?
It's good to get lucky once in a while.
And it's a nice fit too.
Yeah,
It's a nice wee grab on it. It's not too tight and it's not too loose. You know, uh, I love it when you
excellent.
get the things like that there. Right, that's okay. We're gonna finish the underside. So this is the underside of the lid. Okay, and we'll just take a wee bit of that out.
Yeah, when you hit it the first time, that's awfully nice.
Just dished it in a wee bit, uh, so it's not flat. Just give it a quick sand, and then we can cut that off. Right, Ryan.
Mm.
That doesn't look too bad. I just want to try my lid back in again. Right, that's nice. So
You've gotten yourself into some pretty wood. Tell you what, very nice.
right. So that's that. So
Dances with Aardvark said he'd be right back. His cup is half empty, and the other half is empty too.
right. It's very nearly going to cut that off there. I need to put some sand sealer on it and finish it before I move on. Because putting sand sealer on it might raise the grain a wee bit and make it a wee bit too tight. So you want to get that out of the way now, and because you can still touch the side of the rim where it's going to fit into the lid. So I'm just going to put a wee drop of that around that. This is the end grain. It looks a wee bit pulky on the end grain there. So I wanted that to seep in a wee bit. I think it'll sound okay. It's just you never know. Yep. That's a nice wee pop. A wee pop. Can I take a wee bit more of that? What's that?
Yeah, that's something I've got to do with the box that I did last week. I intentionally made a tight pop fit, but it's, in my opinion, just a hair too tight. So I'll use a little sandpaper and
Yeah, a wee bit of
just
sandpaper.
touch it. Just touch it is all I need to do. First two
There's
tenons I
nothing
did,
worse than the box you can't get the lid off, you know.
that's truth. First two tenons I did for that box, they were just about right, just a hair too big, and touched them with a tool, and they were French fit.
That's a wee bit
So,
too tight. So if you lifted that up, the whole box will come off the table. You know, you want it such in a way. The lid should just come out without too much resistance. That's better. We better 240 sorted it out. That's just nice.
there you go.
Right. We just the wax on that bottom. I'm going to cut that off and finish the front, the top of the lid. Just get some wax on the end of that. Get the lid of that. Just quickly look at that before I take it off. Yep, it looks okay. That'll be enough of that. Right, we can part this off. I nearly went too far there. I seen it just wobble there a wee bit. That'll leave
Sure.
another lid for the ore box.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I wasn't going to waste anyway. So we can now put our bottom back on. And put our lid in. It's just a wee bit too loose. So we need a wee piece of paper to help it stay in there while I.
There you go. Perfect.
And that's just enough to hold that. As long as you don't go mad. Be too heavy-handed, it will come out. You can see there, it's very pulpy there. So we'll have to work our magic with that. Right.
A little sanding sealer. Or...
I want to see what it cuts like first, Doug. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I just want to run spindle gouge over it a minute. I'll just bring a tailstock up to hold it a second. I just see what it's like.
William says that's a beautiful piece of wood. I totally agree, William. Paul has gotten into some really nice wood here.
There's a wee bit of territe still there. I might be able to sand it. It's not as bad as it was, but we'll put some sand sealer on it and see if it helps.
It can't hurt.
Just saturate it. Oh, I've got a leak.
There's a fella who was turning a piece. He was about to toss it because it was punky, and I knew that had not been turning too awful long. So I sent him a private message. I said, if you want to, send it to me. Let me see what I can do with it. I'll make a video of it, and if it works out, I'll send the piece back to you. He was all for that, and so sent me the piece, and it was really punky, but it had some great color and some nice movement in the wood, and so I filled it full of CA glue, and it worked out. It came out really nice.
So I'll just before going further, I'll put the wee hole in the lid. I can't get the revolving center in my tailstock now. Oh dear. I stuck the knockout bar in the tailstock. Would you believe that? What's going on? I think the knockout bars went down the wee centre bit in the middle. So it has. I can't get it out. Uh,
Uh-oh.
just bear with me. Nice. Take a nice big hammer to it. I should be able to prise that out. I'll just show you where I'll. If you ever do get stuck, tailstock, there's a tailstock there. So usually if you wedge the gouge in and wind it in, if it's not self-ejecting, it should come out, but that doesn't want to come out. Yeah, I got the the knockout bar out, but I still haven't got the. Yo,
There it
oh,
went. It's
it's
free.
it's flew out. Yeah, that's what
Fly,
exactly what happened. It went up the center.
fly
I
free,
must
little
I,
bird.
I must plug that with a
Yeah,
bit of
yeah.
wood. Uh, Great.
Haley has asked Will if he knows what causes the yellow color that can come through in spalted wood like beech. Um, Will, you answer. I'm going to go ahead and throw out my thought on it. That it's the bacteria that's in the wood that causes the spalting. And byproduct of the bacteria in the wood is the color variations. That's also what causes the lines that develop between the colors. You'll notice that there's always a line, a sharp line between two different colors, and those are two different strains of bacteria. The way I understand it, and those bacteria do not mix. So, like on that lid right there, you see at least two colors with a dark line between each one, and that's what's causing that is the bacteria that causes the spalting.
Yeah. Uh, Freshly ground spindle gouge. Where'd it go? A fresh edge on it, and there's it. There we are. Nice, fresh, sharp end. We'll see if I can tidy this up now without without pulling it out of the off the box. I'll just have to move this camera again, bring this in a wee bit, and that way, and then it's not in my way. A wee bit too high. Just want to see that what the top's like there. Oh, that's come up now. Nice. Right. The end grain on the side bit here is going to be the bit that's going to give me the worst trouble. I'm trying to rub the bevel on the timbers that go down, trying to close the grain of the end grain here to see if it helped. Oh, it did. It did help. Oh, didn't half help. Yeah, I'll be able to sound that. There you
Good
are.
deal.
I just want to change.
Nigel says thumbs up, guys. Please do hit the thumbs up.
Okay, I think that's where I want to be with that. And we'll do a bit of sand into it. Sit there.
Yes, Mike said there's a YouTuber she is called the Queen of Spalting. She's a professor, has a doctorate in spalting. Um, one of the universities up north. She does have all the answers. She has probably studied spalting and the effects of wood more than anybody else. William saying basically the same thing. I said bacteria a while ago. Fungi. You're exactly right, William. It's fungi that do that, not bacteria so much. Yeah, Haley. It just depends on what strain of the spalting fungi get in there, or what strain of fungus gets in there. Um, and some on the wood. Sometimes though a tree will pick up a different mineral than a tree just down the way from it. So all that makes a huge difference. It's kind of interesting. Black walnut, when it spalts, turns more of a white. It gets closer to the sapwood color, which is pretty interesting.
Stop that and have a quick wee look. Oh, that is nice.
Wow.
Just going that wee spray of the spray can. Uh, just
Sure does make those colors come out.
close
Go-
that in.
Gorgeous.
Have a wee bit of touching up on the edge. I'm gonna have to come up with some clever holding device to get the very edge. Because if I go into the edge, I'm gonna mark the bottom of the, the bowl. But
Ah, Mike at Dances with Aardvarks has found it. Sarah Robinson, Dr. Sarah Robinson. Or you can Google Dr. Spalting.
Doctor
You're exact
Spalting,
you're exactly right, Mike. That's the one.
I must look her up.
It's quite fascinating. It's the kind of stuff you enjoy listening to her and learning about it, and then you instantly forget 2/3 of it because it's all you know is it's beautiful and you like it. And
Yeah, and at the end of the day, who cares? You know, you can turn it and you make something out of it.
absolutely,
Right. Let's see. Turn that up.
I know there for a long time my father could not turn a spalted pen if he intended to sell it or give it away. If he turned a spalted pen, my mother would grab it. She would not let him get rid of that. So it really didn't matter what kind of wood it was. If it was spalted, she wanted it. She still does, for that matter, but she's not as grabby as she used to be.
Right. Let's see if I can get this off without. Yeah.
Will
Right.
a
Problem now.
if not, will a woodworm screw go in that center hole that you?
Mm, nope. I might be able to price it off with a screw chisel.
Okay,
It's not in that. There
there
you
you
are.
go. I saw it.
It's not in that tight. I just needed a wee a wee touch to get it in. So
Yeah.
on the very edge here, there's a wee bit. I might be sanding that by hand. Just run the sandpaper around it. I'm not going to try and mount that on anything. I think it'll be all right. I just do it by hand. It doesn't need an awful lot of sanding. It's just to take the fuzzy ends off it where I couldn't get the sanding down to. Just keep it moving all the time. You don't want to spend too much time in one space. You'll have a flat bed, and that wouldn't be good. Yeah, I tidied that up. So we need to take the foot off this. And I was lucky with the ones I done this afternoon. I was able to expand the jaws out just to hold it in the recess. And not so lucky this time, so I'm going to have to change chucks. Use the bigger chuck with the bigger jaws on it. There's always a way you can do stuff. It's just a matter of remembering the process of your turning your piece and how you finish the end and how you went about it.
Yep.
And if you make it hard for yourself, then it will give problems.
Yeah, I've got a little piece that I'm working on now that I've got to get the process down. Right now it takes too long and it's not every piece has been different. I haven't gotten a process together yet. So we'll get it. And when I do, I'll share it with everybody.
So the outside of the jaws just expand into my recess here. So that's all I need to hold that just to take the foot off. There we are. And as long as you're not too heavy handed, you will achieve what you set out to do. So I'll just use a 1/4 inch spindle gouge.
Mark has to go back to driving. So, Mark, you have a good afternoon, bud. Be careful.
All the best, Mark.
I said he's going back to driving. He may just be playing around. I don't know what he's doing. Says he's going back to do some work. So, Jennifer, you can tell us what's going on for real.
Just check that it's undercut. There's a wee bit of a pimple in the middle. Would make it rock. Just check it again. Better. That's better. And yeah, I wonder if I take a wee bit more of that. I just seen that wee ridge there. That's all right. Nice sweet taste of wax on that, and right. I'll turn the speed up and buff it up. Right. Let's see. Where's the key? Get the wee wipe round the lip of that. Now, where's the lid? That's the lid. That needs to be just a polish on it. I'll have to polish size up later on again. There, let that wax dry in and harden, and then I can come back on it, buff it up with a buffing wheel to make it shine a wee bit. Just wanted to get some on the end of that there. I hadn't
I'm
done
sorry,
it.
Paul. Did you buff the outside of the bowl part a while ago?
Yeah, I just buffed it there now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I got distracted doing something real quick.
Right.
Can't imagine that ever happening. There's
Right. Let's see. I had that one. That one. So I already prepared a button for it. So that's the box. It needs stuck in. But there we are. We trinket box or a earring box, or whatever you want to call
very
it.
nice.
You know, nice piece of spalted beech, which came out from a nasty looking log. You wouldn't believe that was inside it. It's
Very nice. Very nice. Lovely piece of wood. Good job turning it.
yeah. I bring you back in. There we are. And
Oh, looks like I froze up again. I
oh,
can fix that. I can fix it. I got it.
you get it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait
It's
and come
just a
back in
matter of
again.
I have
Oh,
to
there you are.
I have to deactivate it and reactivate it. That camera just likes to freeze up once in a while. So
So
whatever.
there you are, guys. A nice wee, just a wee trinket box. Nothing special about it. Coming up to Christmas. Uh, Makes all sorts of shapes and fun. You can make them all fancy. I'll show you the two I made this afternoon. These are a wee bit smaller from smaller pieces of wood. Oh, there we are.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
just the same timbers and sycamore on the lids, and I think that's magnolia. That one, and that one's ice. So we earring boxes, whatever you want to call them. They seem to go well at Christmas time.
Yeah, they really do.
And people are looking for wee stocking fillers. It doesn't cost an awful lot of money, and you know, why not make a few and see if we can sell them?
Absolutely. And uh, to buy a nice something different to use as a gift box, even if they've
Yeah.
got a small something they want to give somebody and want something nice to put it in.
Uh, I made a larger one. Uh, I done this one last week, and I engraved the top of it with
Very
a nice
nice.
floral motif. It's a piece of ice. Uh, you know, bigger. It's about 5 inches. Seems like it's a wee bit bigger than that. 6 inches actually. That one. You
Very
know,
good.
put that wee flory motif around the outside, just give it something else.
Sure.
And then a bigger one again. There's another one. Just another. Oh, where's the camera? Just another piece of ice. I have to finish the lid of that one yet. It's a piece of cherry, but just needs waxed up and buffed up. But they're all
Very
sitting
good.
over here in my production uh, platform,
There you go.
ready for. So I have the first craft fair we're going to on Saturday as part of Ulster Woodturning. We'll be
Good.
demonstrating up there too. We'll have the lathe with us, do a bit of turning as well as sell a few things if we can, you know. But people like to see it. We've been there for the last 4 years, and we're not too bad. The two of us, there's two of us go up, and it can be cold sometimes. Last
Yeah.
year wasn't too bad. It was a nice sunny day, but it was a brisk breeze running through. And the year before, oh, it was a nightmare. Everything kept blowing over off the tables. Oh, it's just a nightmare. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to do these things. So
Absolutely.
there you
Absolutely.
are, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and uh, maybe you will leave a wee comment. If you haven't subscribed, I wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel. It would help me out, get my numbers up,
And it's
you know.
free.
And it's free; it doesn't cost you anything. But anyway, guys, thanks very much for coming in tonight and staying with me to the end if you're still here. And
Great job.
good job. So
Lots
I'll
of good
say
comments.
cheerio, and the dog will say his cheerios.
Goodbye, everybody. So good to see you today. We'll see you
Uh, and I
maybe
push this
tomorrow.
button. Okay, I'm going to push the button. Bye.
Bye bye.